Jack Ray, praise Jesus for he is risen. Alhamdulillah. Indeed. Abu Baker, Al Puff Daddy, what motivates Matt Dillahunty? Pride, hate, dumb? Well, I think he's not very happy in life, and he just finds it sad that I'm happy. So
there's an element of truth to that, but kind of the main issue is that when the new atheism took off, you had a bunch of people who felt good and felt like they're winning and felt superior to everyone else, and we're better and we're the smart ones and everyone else is dumb and we're the only ones who are good and everyone else is evil and they're all religiotards and they believe in their sky daddy unlike us, and it just felt good. You are part of something where you're superior to everyone else, and that makes you feel good about yourself. And all of a sudden, people start leaving that, and then they're like, actually, this kind of sucks. It's got nothing for us, and they're leaving. And you want to get back to the glory days. You want to get back to the glory days. So I said this. I said this a while back. I said, as the predictions of the new atheism turn out to be false, people are going to go in a couple different directions. You're going to have people who leave atheism and become Christians or something else. You're going to have atheists who were angry, hostile atheists who just become mellow atheists, like atheists were back in like the 1980s and 1990s. And then the third group is you're going to have the people who try to return to the glory days, right? Who are realizing that things are falling apart around them, but who want to get back to the way the new atheism was in like 2005, 2010, and you're just not going to get it. But Matt Dillahunty's in that final camp, and it's just going to be a pathetic sight to watch.
Oh, we had something called dirt cake, and I think it was one of the best desserts that I've had in my entire life, despite the name.
Seriously, like flour and sugar and stuff work better in cakes than dirt and worms.
So Debo Drew said, no, David, in your face. There you go. Am I supposed to believe you or D?
Prove me wrong on anything I just said. Prove it, D. Prove it.
D is right.
You're not proving it because you're not a skeptic. You're a
Christian
skeptic.
Theologetics says proving it is impossible on Matt's epistemology.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I do want to point out in his debate with Mike Licona, Mike is trying to figure out what would qualify as evidence of the supernatural or something like that. And he said, I forget the example of whether Mike was asking about him or someone else, but he asked Matt Dillahunty, all right, suppose you know me really well and you see me die and you see me get my head chopped off. I'm dead. I'm buried. And then later on, I come back and we hang out and I talk to you and I talk about how I was in heaven and I start telling you things about private conversations you had with someone else who died. And I said, yeah, because I was having a conversation with that person in the afterlife. And she told me what you said on this day that no one else knew but her and you, and she died. And I'm the one who could tell you. Would that make you believe? And Matt instantly went, no. And so it's like, okay, what you're saying is you're ruling out the possibility of proving you wrong. Okay, great. If that's what you mean by skepticism, congratulations. That's not what other people mean by skepticism.
So in short, you're wrong. That's good.
Yeah, I'm saying he's pretending to skepticism. He is dogmatic naturalist, dogmatic atheist, and they just call it skepticism.
So you're wrong. Adam Wright said meat hit different after 40 days, no cap. That's what she said.
Look at what this Christian thinks is appropriate.
Lucas Ordonez says, God bless you, AP. I had stopped attending Divine Liturgy in church altogether because of some of the ortho-bro mindset of the church, in the church. But seeing you has made me realize I don't have to subscribe to these toxic mindsets. In the church, when you say in the church, do you mean actually in your parish that you were going to? So did you have people like that actually in your church in person, or are you talking about people online who are part of that and who act like that? And if you actually did have people like that, which tradition was it? I'm really curious.
Yeah,
I don't see this being a very prominent attitude in the Greek Orthodox Church. It's in fact the opposite position. It's the opposite of the ortho-bro mindset is very popular in the Greek Orthodox Church, which is why I like it.
You might want to start collecting some of these little points to eventually put them together and show the orthobros what they're actually doing and how they're basically making their little cult of Jew hate and so on, and it's going to drive other people.
They don't get it, man. They really don't get it. Like they think they're doing Christianity and the Orthodox Church a service by being a bunch of crackhead haters who think they have the authority to gatekeep Christianity. I had people tell me at the beginning, like, "Oh, we don't want you." Excuse me, who are you? Who in the world are you to tell me that that I shouldn't be part of the church, that I shouldn't be part of Orthodox, that I shouldn't be part of Christianity? Who in the world are you? And if you actually believe in the afterlife, in the judgment, in Jesus, in the resurrection, and all of that, I'm pretty sure you would have to answer for turning people away, right? Maybe think about that a little bit. That's pretty messed up, man. It's not your club. It's not your club. Frieza, uhuhuhu, happy Easter, my handsome, cute, kawaii senpai, schnuckelhase, cake human.
Cake human is we should roll a cake human.
And hello, David Holtz. Hello, Frieza. Last spicy ramen. Christ is risen, AP. Met a Jew on Holy Saturday. He's getting baptized tomorrow in Eastern Orthodox and will attend his baptism. Plus, turns out he followed your content for years. David Wood, I pitched your channel, AP. Glory be to God. Wonderful, wonderful, awesome stuff. I pointed this out recently to one of the Ortho Bros online, but I pointed out one thing to him, which is from the moment that I first announced that I am engaging with Christianity, that I'm going to church and all of that. So there is a circle. There are circles of people who make it look like the Jews are the big problem. Since the day I announced that I'm, experimenting with and going through Christianity, every single Jew online that I interact with, every single Jew that I am in contact with and privately interact with, has said nothing but good stuff in response to me. They have been nothing but kind, encouraging, saying, "Hey, congratulations! I heard you found your faith. So happy for you," and so on. On the other hand, you know who has been the most hostile since I announced this kind of stuff? The ones that are pretending to be the ones in charge of the church. Those. So from the beginning, I was actually expecting when I made my announcements that there would be more of a welcoming attitude from some of the online people. I got more of an inviting and loving attitude and an accepting and cheerful attitude from Jews online. I got a much worse attitude in response from those who pretend to be the gatekeepers of Christianity. Maybe that's
you said gate creepers. That's better.
Yeah. That's funny. I accidentally said it, but it sounds actually pretty good. The gate creepers of Christianity. Those people are very, very messed up, man. The Jews have been the nicest to me. Imagine the irony here, man. Imagine the freaking irony here.
That is extreme irony, right? So you got these Ortho Bros going, "Hey, new convert. How do you not realize that these are your ultimate enemies, and that's why they must be destroyed?" And then your ultimate enemies are saying, "Wow, congratulations, that's awesome, man."
Probably atheist Jews who don't care. No, actually, especially one person, I'm pretty sure that there is no problem in saying his name. Like Joseph, for example, Israel Advocacy Movement, a very, very, like one of the best guys that I know. He directly, like as soon as he heard of it, he sent me a message, because he has my phone number. I was like, "Hey, heard about the news. Congratulations, man. All the best," and so on. Then he joked about how I am the first agent to infiltrate the church. And I laughed with him about that. But this is the attitude that I get from religious Jewish people and secular Jewish people. And of course, I mean, it's not all negative. Look, it's not all negative. I don't want to focus just on the negative side. I would say from most Orthodox Christians, I received love and goodness, right? From most other Christians, Catholic, Protestant, most Christians, I received nothing but goodness, and inviting and lovely attitudes. And even when we come to atheists. We started this out with responding to Matt Dillahunty because he's kind of because he had this harsh reaction to me. I must say, I pointed this out to my wife this morning. There seems to be a great shift in how atheists react to things. Mm-hmm. Most atheists, I would say, probably the vast majority of atheists who reacted to my conversion reacted nicely and well, and wished me all the best and said, "Hey, congratulations, man," and all that, privately, publicly. So most of the reactions across the board have been very, very good, and I'm actually very happy with that. So aside from all the negativity that we deal with, there is something great to point out here, which is that across the board the reactions are very, very nice, and I'm a little bit surprised and very happy about it as well. So just want to point that out. Jingoistic Pig made AI of Jar Jar Binks as Alidawa on my Twitter. Rick Newton, faiththeism requires less brain power than Islam. Islam just uses less. Both require facts and truth to be ignored because Happy Easter, AP and David would. I wouldn't agree with that. I would say that Islam requires much less brain power than anything else. But yeah, thank you very, very much, Rick. Sankey, didn't the ex-account of the official Palestinian mission to the Palestine UN commit kufr by affirming the crucifixion to shill for Palestine today? Hey, good point. Let's bring this up. Okay, here it is. So, State of Palestine says on Easter, the story of Jesus, the story of Jesus born in Bethlehem, living under occupation, crucified by empire, echoes the Palestinian experience.
Crucified.
A people who face oppression, loss, and injustice yet refuse to be erased. Just as a resurrection followed the crucifixion, Palestinians hold on to hope, dignity, and resistance, believing that even from the darkest tombs, life and freedom will rise again. This is what they said.
That's getting a video.
So they here acknowledge that Jesus was crucified.
Palestine apostatizes from Islam.
Jesus was crucified by the empire.
State of Palestine apostatizes, and resurrection follows crucifixion.
So they acknowledge that Jesus was crucified by the Romans. This is very, very. What do Muslims say about this? What do Muslims say about this? And then they actually posted this here. I'm not entirely sure if this is supposed to depict Jesus here, but it's pretty messed up, with a keffiyeh and a halo, not the right halo. I'm not sure if this is supposed to depict him or somebody else, but it's pretty messed up, and also engaging in a rejection of Islamic claims. The Quran Islam literally teaches that Jesus wasn't killed, wasn't crucified.
And again, that's called the Nazarene. So yes. That's Jesus.
Yes.
So that's supposedly Jesus. So now they're posting. So they're not only saying that Jesus was crucified, they're posting images of Jesus.
As a white colonizer here who's wearing a keffiyeh, see?
Mm-hmm. Good to know. Good to know. Fun videos to make. Fun videos. I like fun videos.
Fun videos. I pointed out that Jesus called it Israel, and that he wasn't an Islamic terrorist, which is of course very rude of me. I didn't mean anything by this.
Little rude. What?
But Jesus literally referred to it as Israel. And look, my point here is not Jesus called it Israel, therefore the modern state of Israel is legitimate. That's not the point at all. The point is don't use Jesus for your disgusting purposes. And of course, you have people like, Israel was the name of the prophet, not a land. So apparently when Jesus said going through the towns of Israel, he meant going through the towns of Jacob.
Yeah.
People, man. Denial is pretty bad. Denial stinks. Sankey, didn't the X-account? Apostate of Allah, happy resurrection day, he's risen. Happy resurrection day. Christian Theologetics says, Matt not caring about evidence, what else is new? Very, very rude. Miss Saber, Mohammed State, that Mohammed stated that he couldn't perform miracles like all the other prophets because he was a warner, not a prophet. Doesn't that make anyone calling him prophet a corrupter for changing his title?
No, yeah, that doesn't mean he's not a prophet. So Muhammad would be a warner, a prophet, and a messenger. If you're receiving revelations and so on, then if you're communicating to people from God, revelations from God, then you're a prophet. That doesn't mean you are performing miracles. So he's saying that he's a prophet, a warner, a prophet, a messenger, with no miracles, except the Quran. The Quran is his miracle.
Based. The worst miracle ever, man.
Yeah, it's the most terriblest ever. Look. How could anyone do this? Look. Oh, this is impossible. No one can make a book. No one can ever make a book. What mere human being could make a book? See,
this is the proof. Happy Pascha, AP and David. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate it.